And the stuff that we create now, you know, will survive throughout time.
Exactly.
It hasn't even achieved the status of a Beethoven yet, or you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
think about that.
Pop.
it will.
Music,
You know, give it 4 or 5 centuries from now. You know what I mean? People will still put on what we're listening to now. Because Boston, More Than a Feeling, is going to be crushing
True
it
that.
out there.
True that. It was crushed in the 80s. It's crushing right now.
Yeah, it's 500 years from now. They're going to turn that song up when it comes on.
Exactly. You know what's crushing it right now from the 80s that I went to see live 2 weeks ago is Depeche Mode.
Depeche
Mode live is better. I felt
We're
like
going to go see them next month.
They won you over even more.
Aren't they in Europe next month?
No, they're here.
Are they out with the Pet Shop Boys?
I think they're just on there. No, they have these cool young, like, new bands opening up for them across the country. But the show is so good. And I liked Depeche Mode in the 80s, but it sounds better than ever. And it's also the life story thing.
That's my favorite band.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Is it?
Depeche Mode.
I mean, I feel so grateful that now at 50, I get a whole new wave of I love Depeche Mode more than I ever, and I liked them before. Now I want to go Lake Fly, just follow them around and see them play every night.
The way their layers and their timing is just
the
amazing.
tempos, and they were so ahead of
and
their
their
time
voices,
with the
Mike.
keys. Woo,
And when you think about it, they really never stopped playing, so they just got tighter and tighter, better, and
they survived death, drugs, pain,
all of it.
Like you watch them on the thing, and you're just crying just for the brotherhood of the band. Like that alone, I wrote a fan letter at this age to the management of just, you must tell this band that I now understand more than ever. And it actually got me really confused about the 90s. I got really emotional while watching the show of, like, did the 90s music stand that hard? And where are we now? Like, there's a bunch of reunions I know, but I have like a twisted, hole has a legacy in, I say often, the gutter of YouTube. And I don't mean offense to the band I was in.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of lost opportunity in the band I was in. And I look at Depeche Mode and I see that arc of that many decades. And I feel upset about the bands that I was in or other bands that could have been. Just keep giving because you keep showing up. And then your fans love you more than ever, rooting for you more than ever. Anyway, it made me very emotional.
You can't disappear.
But you're talking about the 90s and you're talking about Depeche Mode, and I'm just telling you, there was no greater time than the 90s for Depeche Mode. That's like literally when their most
those
iconic records were coming out.
And I think that they were actually feeling overlooked by the Nirvanas and the Sonic Youths and everything. And I now realize that's why I got all confused while watching. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even appreciate them enough at the time. They were better than ever then.
We were working on our second record. It's called Round the Fur in 96. And they had just put out the Ultra record. And I literally, the whole time we were in Seattle for like almost 3 months, I put it on repeat, and it literally never stopped. It played 24/7. It was
that
like
was the inspiration.
It was literally the soundtrack that just stayed on the entire time. Like, I love that record.